Okay, today we're going to be doing a little bit of a comparison between my Hoover convertible custom convertible and my Hoover Legacy. Now, the reason I'm doing this is kind of like before Hoover totally changed everything up. Obviously, there was a company swap. These were both before company swap, and even these are made by different companies. I believe this is made by Maytag, and this is made by some European company. But, so I just want to do a little comparison between them, because this is a 1991, I think, or 92, something like that, and this is in 1986, I think. So, yeah, I might end up comparing this to, like, one of my Kirby's or something, just because, you know, it would be cool, because this is almost, at the time, this was almost like the budget version of a Kirby, so, yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and get right into it, starting out with just the fronts. You can tell this is a very plain design. Clearly, this one is a more commercial setting type vacuum, but this one is more of the home, furniture-friendly type thing. For the bags, I mean, this one's got the cloth outer bag, so that anything that gets by the paper bag or cloth bag, whatever you have in there, will hopefully get caught by that. And this has, so this has a plastic body. The whole thing is plastic on this. This has a plastic base. Where's this? I don't know if the base is plastic or metal, but I know this is plastic. Very strong plastic. And this is obviously a metal handle, and it's got a nice, very durable switch right here. Much better than what you find on the newer Hoovers. Got the Hoover convertible logo. You can see this one's got a vinyl bag with a paper bag on the inside. This one's got your little stair cleaning handle. See, it's right here. And then this one says Hoover Legacy on the bag. When it comes to getting to the bags, and like I said, this one's got the metal stick. This one's got like a more of a plastic body, not just only a stick. I mean, the wires run up through and stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, bags. So this one, it has a rinky-dink bag setup. I'm in it right now, which I'll show you. But this one actually zips up from the side, rather than the Eureka Bravo that zipped up from the front. Now this has a Hoover Y bag in it currently, which a lot of people argue with, but you can tell it actually fits on there nice and tight. It's not falling off, and it's not leaking any dust, so yeah. There's some little scent things in here. Because this is my daily driver currently, or I guess the Legend 2 is my daily driver, which pretty much anything I'm daily driving has my extension cord on there. But this is the vacuum of the week, which my sister's using, and I find myself using it a lot too, so it's actually a little dirty, believe it or not, for someone like me. Really don't like it when my vacuums are dirty, and these scratches were there from the beginning. Although, either me, which would be very hard to believe, or my sister accidentally ran over the cord, but we all make mistakes, right? Plus, these aren't that hard to replace cords on. That hard. They're not easy, but, I mean, I guess they're really not. You just have to find a particular cord, or I guess, because they have a little plug that runs and connects to the motor. So you just put that plug onto a new cord. So you can see how much dirt this has collected. A lot since I got it. Which, that may not seem like a lot, but that's a lot of fine dirt and sand in there. Not just pet fur and stuff. But yeah, this is a Hoover Y bag, and it's actually a decent quality. It is paper, but it's not like a very papery bag. The line right there. But yeah. So that's how you get to this one. And obviously, you pull this piece of cardboard off the collar, or the inlet. And that was a nice zipper on the side. Which I have yet to see one of these zippers be broken on one of these. See this one here, when the bag poofs out because of the airflow of the machine, there's like a plastic springy type thing in here. And this just springs out when it's on, and then it pops back in when it's not on, just to kind of make everything spring up against each other, make it nice and slim. can tell this bag is in great, the whole vacuum's in great condition. This, whatever guy had this took really good care of it, as I do. Or at least I try. I use it. Now, a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, that's a collectible, you're not supposed to use it. But this is one of those vacuums that they were really well built. And, like, it is durable as hell. And if I give it a good, once me and my sister are done using it for a while, I'm gonna tear it all the way down to the motor and thoroughly clean it really well. And this is one of those machines that you can take apart 20 times per day, and it's gonna go back together and last you 100 years. So, yeah. Now this one, the zipper is messed up. Now this one I think was a little more abused. Not as well taken care of like this one was by its original owner. Now this one was also used in a commercial setting, kind of, not really. But this came from a studio that my aunt was working at, and the guy had a bunch of stuff getting ready to go, like junk. And my aunt apparently was just like, hey, you know, I don't know if you're planning on like getting that, like scrapping that for money or something, but my grandson actually, or not my grandson, my nephew actually really likes, sorry, I'm like itchy today. My nephew really likes vacuum cleaners, and the guy's like, oh, cool, yeah, you can have it, I'm sure. So, and when I hear that, I'm like, oh, he was probably just gonna throw it away, so no hard feelings. Now this normally took a Hoover type C bag, but I converted it to work with a Hoover style A bag. Now, it's not the best job. I was not like trying to be a perfectionist or anything, but I just found some BBC piping, cut it to a certain size, and then I taped it here, kind of seal it up. You can see, and I disinfected everything in here really well. But obviously, one thing about these are holes right here, so any dust that gets by this is poofing out of this bag. But yeah, I mean, you can see this one's picked up a lot of dirt too ever since I did this little thing. So yeah, but it works with the Hoover A bag now. But basically, how this used to work is there would have been a little. Actually, I have a way I can show you. I'll show you how the Hoover convertible used to work because I have a machine that has the same design that used to have until I converted it because I didn't feel like buying bags and I just felt like using the types of bags that I had. So let's take a look. This is a Eureka ESP, which is also one of my favorite machines. Like all three of these machines I just find super quality performance in. So this has a, you know, very nice quality bag. But how these work and how what I'm about to show you on this, pretend this is this right now. Basically, this is what you call a bottom fill bag. Wow, this was a brand new bag when I got this machine too. I've used it like 5 times and it's filled with dirt. These things just dust busters, I tell you. But yeah, you can see it's got like a springy type thing on there. And that's really what this would have. You guys can probably see the similarity here, you know, until I added on this piping here. But yeah, so basically how it works is the dirt goes up, kind of like a Kirby, more or less. But this paper takes form of the tube in a Kirby. Dirt goes up this and then falls into the bag. That's how that works, basically. That's how this would have worked. I don't know what this is. Oh, just dirt. There's a leak somewhere in this cheesy bag. But yeah. Once I run out of Hoover style A bags, once I run out of Hoover A bags and Hoover Y bags, I'll start buying the proper bags for this, and I'll buy more Hoover A bags for that. I'm just kind of rolling with it for now since I don't use this at all. Gotta put this bag back in. So essentially, my Hoover convertible here, what I've done is I just turned it into a Kirby, more or less, in terms of the bag design. You know, I might as well just show you. So this is a Kirby. crap. This was a new bag too, and I've only been using this ever since the acquisition video. Little strap here. But yeah, see this big tube? That's what I was going for with this, and I think it kind of worked. I mean, a little bit of dirt leaks there, but I was just having fun a few times when I used the big. But yeah, I know this is about these two machines, but I just want to make sure you guys kind of get what I'm saying. Yeah, this Kirby is basically the most expensive, the more expensive rich people version. Obviously, I get mine at quite the discount, but of all three of these. But yeah, and you know, at the time of this was like the budget version of I don't know, a Eureka Victory. When did they start selling those? 95? And they were still making these in 95. And this particular one's a 92. So yeah, one second. Put this bag in. I just put a hole in this bag. Oops. Yeah, these paper bags are really annoying. And one thing I gotta say about these older machines, one of the only things I don't like, because the performance is great and all, but one thing I don't like is this doesn't open up far enough for you to like work with it. Although this one I have no problem with. So clearly there's something to that side open design. Now, when it comes to the Legacy, now this revolves to the Hoover Legacies, the Elites, the Supremes, the Encores, the Encore Supremes. But yeah, I don't know why like this like tippy thing. I don't know. Now how you use the tools on this one, I believe it's quite similar for the Elites and stuff too. Now there was some of these older Hoovers that didn't have a hose set up at all, but see how it says cleaning tools? This is normally your height adjustment. I'll show you how this works. Now one reason I just want to use this thing for a while before I clean it again is because last time I cleaned it I had to do some things when I put it back together that are going to be kind of annoying to undo. For example, these zip ties are what holds this base plate on now. But you can see this is where your airflow and suction comes from. Well, when you switch it to cleaning tools, it blocks it. So it all goes up through the hose, which you just leave connected. But when you open this up, obviously the air is going to go here and not up through the hose. At least that's what I've noticed, because I've been vacuuming and I've had it in this position, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder how much still kind of sort of diverts to the hose, even if you don't have it on cleaning tool, and I felt almost nothing. So, don't worry about that. This has none of the original attachments, but it does have a Eureka Airspeed crevice tool on it that I tossed on there. I'll take most of these attachments off once it's done being used. Like I said, me and my sister are just daily driving it right now, basically. This generic Kirby dusting brush that fits on a Kirby hose, but I put it on here. And then this Bravo extension wand that I actually just shoved into this little square compartment to keep on here, and then another generic extension wand. And then there would have been a couple other attachments here. Well, this is where the dusting brush normally go, but mine won't fit on there. And then extra belt, furniture nozzle, but yeah. And then with this one, when you want to use the tools, I showed you that makes it goes to the suction, and then you put whatever attachments on. Obviously, the hose piece that you hold is right there. There's the headlight. There's the headlight. We'll take the same peanut-style light bulb, which is weird for a machine this old, because this machine is way newer. I think. Maybe not, but I'm pretty sure this is newer than the convertible. And this has like this huge light bulb. You think those older Kirby light bulbs? This is like double the size of what's in that. And that's a 12-volt bulb, I believe. Right? Yeah, 12 volt. And that's like a big old thing. And this has a like big old thing. But yeah, and you can see both this. I'm not doing it on this because it's impossible to get that lens out. But they both take the same exact light bulb. This peanut style. A lot of machines take this peanut style, actually. Clean Views, at least the Clean View 2s, I think. My Clean View 2 takes a peanut style. my new Dirt Devil, takes the peanut style. Alright. And they both probably have like a 15-foot cord, both of these. This might have a 25, but this probably has like a 10, 15 maybe. Now, I showed you how to use each address on it. This is a little different. Underneath, now, yeah, so underneath, you'll notice that this is painted. It's super beat up and rusty, so I wanted to try and paint it. I got as much rust off as I could, and I painted it, and it looks pretty good still, even with a few scratches from me going through a spree of using it a lot. But yeah, so that's why I did that. And I know it's not like a very good color match at all, but next time I repaint it, I'll probably try finding the right color and do a little bit of a better painting job. This was very rushed, so it didn't really turn out that good. But yeah, this has this. My brush roll from moisture in my bedroom apparently has caused this brush roll to rust. But yeah, this and this take this funky style thing. And this one has a plastic bottom, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's a plastic bottom, and this one has a plastic bottom too, but it has a metal top. And this one's actually got a few little tiny crack things somewhere. Right here, which is sadly but truthfully spreading, or getting worse, it looks like. You know, I might end up just doing is like just putting some glue on it, or some silicone adhesive, and just patching that up a little bit and see how long it'll last. Because once this breaks, that's connected to the whole base. I'd have to replace the whole base. So but yeah, so this motor, I'm not gonna take it off, but it's very worn out. Like, it's pretty much dry as hell. But yeah, so but that's what that looks like. You got this. But yeah, so you put your base plate on here, back on here. Not like you were planning to take it off anyways, for the average person. Now what you do, I got the hose. This is the original hose. See these little hinges? Get those on there, and they slide on, and then you grab the thread thing, which is just a little hook, and it hooks on the base plate. Oh, wait a minute, I'm doing this backwards. Okay. Put this on its side. I was getting a little confused. No, okay, so the hinges go towards the back. Like this. You want the hose to be facing outwards. So it just goes like this. Like that. And then you hook. And there. Now all your suction is going to go to the hose. So, and then when you want to take it off, unhook it. See, it's just a little hook. A little foam seal on it, which surprisingly isn't gone. Ow. And this is just a random little plate. Now some models had their height adjustment shown in here. There was like a little rotating clock type thing in there. It would show what height it was on right here. And I think this model came after those, and they got rid of it because I'm sure there was some kind of design flaw with it, and they just put a plate right here and used up all these housings. Because now it's just right here. Or this was a commercial made one, and instead of making it all perfect for commercial use, they just put a plate right there and freaking write the lettering right there. Which I do have a feeling. I mean, it says Hoover custom convertible. You know, it's custom. You know, maybe it was custom made for that studio my aunt was working at. But yeah, raise the release pedal, and you adjust your height by I find it easier to use her. Yeah. That's normal. That's high. That's shag. Shag, high, normal, low. But yeah, so that's like shag carpet for like, what would you consider shag? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll put a picture up in the corner or something. But yeah. So that's that. But that's how you release that. And then if you want to take the whole bag off, you can unhook it right there. Whatever. And this one, release pedal, it's right there. Convertible's getting in the way. And that's your height adjustment. Obviously, these are 4 heights. This one switched all the way over for cleaning tools. But these 4 here are for your carpet. And this falls off now, but I'm pretty sure it was meant to come off originally, but just not that easy. Although it is nice and easy just to place right back on there. Now, I am sure you guys want me to run these bolts for you, so let me put this thing back, and yeah. Okay, so let's start with the Legacy. Now, we just did the video of vacuuming with the Dirt Devils, so... Or actually, no. I did vacuum once after that, because I cleaned out the Dirt Devil bin after doing that video, because I was really happy with how this bin came out after polishing it, so if you guys are curious, that's how it turned out after polishing. But yeah. So let's go ahead. The Legacy. Put on the 3rd height. I tried 4th, it didn't really seem to agitate that well, so. Now this thing does sound a little funky. Not horrible. Let me clean this area real quick. Okay, so you can tell the Legacy grooms carpet very nicely, cleans it very well, which explains why there's so much dirt in the bag. But yeah, me and my sister have both been using it every day. Her twice a day, me like 10. But I love vacuuming, so. And yet again, you know, it's one thing loving, like, having a Phantom as your favorite vacuum and using that as a daily driver. That's one thing. That's probably not the best idea. But this is a very standard design very well built. And as long as you keep it clean, which you can tell, I have been keeping it clean, you know, making sure the belt wasn't, you know, bad or anything, and making sure there was no dirt caught in the fan and all that stuff. So as long as you keep it clean, it's okay to use, because they were, you get the point. Phantoms were built very well, but they are collectibles. See, that is built well. It is a collectible, but that doesn't mean I can't use it. It's built so well, I don't really have a bad problem with using it. But a Phantom, most of those weren't built very well. Most of those have lots of problems and aren't, you know, really the thing you want. Even, you know, you guys can disagree with me all you want, but, you know, I like using certain machines, so, yeah. Now, one thing I want to mention is this does have a switch, so when you recline it, it gets higher in pitch. So, what I want, whatever position that is. So as you can tell, even with a very worn out motor, it's not that loud. The headlights is actually pretty nice. It's a very nice wide beam. Maybe that's where Bissell got their idea with the clean views. But yeah, I really like this machine. I like pretty much all the older Hoovers. Some of the newer ones I don't really like, because a lot of them are made by they are made by TTI. TTI, you know, I think the whole house too is good besides that base problem, whether or not the base is made out of that clear plastic that's not very well. This rewind, that was a bop. That thing is an amazing machine. And these two Max Performances, one of them I haven't even used, but one of them I've used very heavily. And the Cyclones work really well, performs very well, easy to clean, and yeah, I like them. So those. But other than that, I just kind of think these, you know, Maytag Hoovers are really good, and these Europe-made ones, because I believe that's where these were made, including, because I believe the Concept series came after this. So it was this, then the Concept series, then the Legacy series, or the Elite series, which the Legacy is basically an Elite. And I've also got this Cadillac, which was just another old Hoover that I picked up, because they're hard to find now. A lot of people are just like, no, these are hard to find, so I'm keeping it, and then they do become hard to find for everybody, because everybody realizes that they're getting hard to find, so they just become more and more hard to find. Let's see how this is gonna go. Man, this thing is actually okay. These two are sitting on top of each other. Do not want that. There we go. Okay. Alright, hold are both back in place. ways, kind of. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video comparing the Hoover Elite and the Hoover convertible.